So, when is the next giant asteroid supposed to hit us? The crazy thing is, I think it kind of already did. And that giant asteroid is AI. When asteroids hit us millions of years ago, they were giant disruptors that ignited rapid evolution with immense challenges and opportunities that came with them. Adapt and survive, don't adapt and die. And we're seeing that right now. There's a lot of conversation around AI, especially with ChatGPT 4 saying, is this progress or is this plagiarism? They're calling it the sweet killer, the job killer. I mean, the sweet killer being like Adobe Suite, Microsoft Suite, Salesforce, these giant platforms that require technicians that have put a lot of love and skills of years of developing beautiful, meaningful, valuable outputs that we all use and love. But now with just a quick click of a button, we can produce those beautiful outputs in a matter of seconds. Bill Gates is calling this the job killer. In 10 years, he's saying surgeons, teachers, programmers, you name it, almost all human-based jobs are going to be eradicated. We're seeing things like fraud happening right now within the AI space already. If you typed in right now in Google and just looked up any open lawsuit that's happening against AI engines, you will be scrolling for quite a while. So many major platforms and media outlets are suing AI because I could right now take a Nike ad, plug it in, change this product with mine, change a couple things, boom, I just recreated a Nike ad. It's beautiful. It's doing its job. But Nike is saying, or any other brand is saying, that's our IP. So we're seeing a lot of lawsuits happening. And interestingly, and when it comes to fraud, people are already filing their tax returns with fraudulent AI-generated receipts. And people are also creating fake passports. Pretty scary stuff. While on the other side, everybody's like, wow, look at this output, right? And it's just funny to think just a year ago when we were playing with AI, it was more of a novelty. You could always kind of tell that from the output, it was kind of weird. It had its own kind of look. It was like distinctly AI, had these hallucinations where if it was a person in there, it had like 6 fingers and couldn't handle language. Or if you did a research paper, it might have sounded smart, but maybe there was a lot of errors in that in terms of its viability. But that's just changed. That's no longer the case. So what does this mean? What is going to be our role? What is going to be AI's role? AI is evolving at a rapid click, and it can measure its own impact. I think we need to be posing that wicked question towards ourselves and saying, how are we evolving? How are we measuring our impact? It's as if we've created a brand new consciousness. And based on the Turing test, that actually seems pretty true. The Turing test evaluates whether another conscious entity is human-like. And based on the Turing test, AI performed as 75% human-like. Mind-boggling. And so we've kind of created this consciousness. And so what does it mean to interact with another consciousness? I think about it as we need to establish a relationship, and a healthy relationship between ourselves and AI. And like any great relationship, we need to set up the conditions and also the boundaries, right? If you're in a relationship, you say, this is who I am. This is what I love. This is what I don't love. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not good at. This is what I'm willing to do. And this is what I'm willing not to do. We need to kind of create this stance. And I can see companies actually doing this. An analogy would be kind of like for a long time, or still to this day, if you bought something on Amazon, you get a hat or a video game or something like that, it'll say, made in China or made somewhere else, right? I think really soon companies are going to start taking a stance in terms of their outputs and saying, This was made by AI. This was made by human, and then maybe there's a percentage how much is AI and how much is human. So because AI has this ability to take our jobs, what is going to be something that is going to be truly ours moving into the future? What are we going to do? What are we going to be responsible for? I think one of the things is that we're going to have to start to develop really keen um, eyes, minds, and hearts towards quality and meaning. This is something right now AI can't really do as well as we can. And I kind of think about it like luxury. You can buy a beautiful bag for $30. Beautiful bag. It functions well. It looks designer. But when you buy an actual luxury bag, it comes down to the subtle details of the quality of the stitch, how it was handmade, the kind of materials that it has, the longevity that it has. And I think that we're going to need to be more discerning because AI is taking so much of our job market, right? Is that what kind of a stance do we really have? We need to be future shapers. We need to tap into higher levels of creativity because using AI right now, I can plug in a prompt and I can mimic something like a Stanley Kubrick film or a Miyazaki film. And it would be beautiful and it will look just like it. So we're going to have to push our imagination and creativity further. Like Buckminster Fuller, go cosmic fishing. Be open to ideas coming towards us without the constraints of massive goals and how it applies to our skill sets. We're going to have to dream bigger. Um, we're going to be tastemakers. We're going to have to be able to say, this is high quality, this is meaningful, this is valuable, and this is good, but it's not reaching that. People are going to become more brand strategists and brand builders and world builders. They're going to need more strategy and look at life through a systems lens thinking, not just this is neat over here and this is neat over here, or this is a problem over here and this is a problem over there, playing whack-a-mole, but seeing the whole big picture and how everything's going to integrate. Now, I know this is a completely wild frontier, and there's a lot of question marks even I have, and even maybe some of the things that I'm proposing in this video as we speak may become challenged and obsolete in the next coming months or years. The one thing I do hope that we do not lose as human beings is that we are absolutely responsible for creating value and enriching life. That is our jobs. And I hope that we uphold that as our responsibility and develop a healthy relationship with AI moving forward into the future.